world. With a focus on holistic development, we offer a range of programs and activities that cater to the unique needs and interests of each student. Why choose Christ Life School? We have experienced and passionate teachers, state-of-the-art facilities and resources, personalized attention and support, opportunities of extracurricular activities and talent development, strong emphasis on values and character development. So there you go. Admission is now open for 2026. Enroll today. Contact +260 976 840 108 or +260 968 594 434 or send an email on christlifeschoolzm@gmail.com. Christ Life School.
You are welcome to Lights TV Main News. Today, the 31st of January 2026. Quote of the day: with faith, every challenge becomes a testimony. The headlines: Catholic bishops call for peace ahead of 2026 elections. Zaka flags a rapid depletion of ZESCO prepaid units. Kwacha strong in January 2026, economist Chisanga. Zambia Boxing Federation meets NOCZ on world affiliation. With the news in detail, my name is Martin Lutuna. The Catholic bishops of Zambia have issued a pastoral letter ahead of the August 2026 general elections calling for peace, unity, justice, and integrity in the country's democratic process. The letter, signed by Archbishop Ignatius Chama, President of the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops, and Bishop Charles Kasonde, Vice President, along with other bishops, urges political leaders and citizens to uphold peace, treat politics as a noble vocation for the common good. The bishops reminded citizens that voting is both a moral and civic responsibility and warned against tribalism, corruption, vote buying, and electoral violence. They also called on the Electoral Commission of Zambia to conduct a credible, transparent, and impartial election while urging political parties to respect the Electoral Code of Conduct and focus on issue-based campaigns addressing unemployment, the cost of living, national debt, and energy challenges. Reiterating the church's non-partisan stance, the bishops appealed for acceptance of election results, resolution of disputes through legal channels, and prayers for peaceful elections across the country. The Legal Aid Board, in partnership with UNICEF, has concluded a 5-day training program aimed at strengthening lawyers' capacity in child-centered justice through alternative dispute resolution, ADR. The training focused on enhancing practical legal skills, ethical standards, and promoting the use of child-friendly and family-focused ADR mechanisms in cases involving children as opposed to adversarial court processes. The program, which ended today, seeks to ensure justice delivery that is more humane, responsive, and in the best interests of the vulnerable children and families. Officiating at the closing ceremony, Legal Aid Director and Chief Executive Officer Mr. Humphrey Mwemba urged participants to apply the skills acquired in their daily work and uphold professionalism. Mr. Mwemba also thanked UNICEF for its support in strengthening institutional capacity and improving legal aid service delivery nationwide. More in this report.
Being trained with. And I also want to invite you to actually make sure that you talk to the state nicely when it comes to criminal matters with regard to alternative dispute resolutions. Because what I want to believe is your strength will, in most cases, give them leverage to want to bargain. And also, I would want maybe in future, in your interactions, Honorable, with anyone. I know that the judiciary is keen to have this work. For instance, I attended the opening of the ceremony, the sessions in Mansa with the CJ, and I think in all the sessions, the topic was alternative dispute resolution. And Justice Shonga, I think, made sure that Mansa session was full of these bargainings, and I think they concluded the sessions well on time because of the engagement of the parties. So judiciary should take a key role, so is legal aid, and so must be NPA. In Livingstone, I think Mr. Makinka can confirm that Judge Piri has been putting her foot down and has not allowed the state to wait for instructions at any time. They are told, do your bedroom issues before you come. So you cannot come and ask the court to start waiting for the DPP to make those changes in court when the sessions have already started. So I think even us, we can take the same approach and go to the courts and say that your friend in Livingstone has actually made it possible for the state to make decisions way before the session starts. And when we are negotiating, we have done it knowing that there is authority already coming from the state.
The Zambian kwacha has posted a strong rebound in January 2026, ranking among the best performing currencies globally during the period. Economist Kelvin Chisanga says the kwacha traded mainly between 19.5 and 20.5 to the US dollar, appreciating by just over 10% at its peak compared to end 2025 levels. He explains that early January recorded sharp gains supported by increased dollar selling, strong copper export inflows, and improved market confidence, which boosted foreign exchange supply. Chisanga notes that mid to late January saw modest pullbacks with volatility resulting in losses of about 2% and gains of around 3%. Movements he describes as orderly and not reflective of weakening fundamentals. He adds that the performance underscores stronger macroeconomic fundamentals, improved policy coordination, and rising investor confidence, with the kwacha's outlook remaining stable and supportive of Zambia's economy. More in this report. The Zambia Police Service has held an oversight meeting with partners to review progress on the LC Initiative project, which aims to increase the participation of women officers in United Nations peacekeeping missions. The project is supported by LC Initiative Fund through a bilateral partnership between the Zambian and Canadian governments and addresses barriers identified in the 2018 Barrier Assessment Report. Police report significant progress with female accommodation and a daycare facility at the Geoffrey Mukuma Paramilitary Training School in Sondela, Kafue District, nearing completion. The project being implemented by Twashuka Investment is scheduled for handover on February 25, 2026. Deputy Inspector General of Police, Ms. Charity Munganga, urged the contractor to expedite the remaining works and thanked UNDP and the Canadian High Commission for their support. UNDP and Canada have reaffirmed commitment to promoting women's empowerment and removing barriers to peacekeeping participation. We'll take a break. See you on the other side with more news. Stay tuned.
Others were working, they had good jobs, but they lost it along the way. So they need your support, they need your help. Feel free to visit our center so that we advise on how we can come together and help these individuals.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We continue with the news. The Zambia Consumer Association has raised concern over the rapid depletion of ZESCO prepaid electricity units reported by consumers across the country. ZACA Executive Secretary Juba Sakala says many households are exhausting electricity units much faster than before, despite no major changes in consumption patterns. Mr. Sakala notes that the trend has sparked concern over high electricity tariffs and the effects of the tiered pricing system. He has since urged ZESCO to enhance the transparency and step up consumer education on how electricity tariffs and prepaid units are calculated. The Zambian government has launched new guidelines aimed at integrating gender considerations into energy infrastructure developments as the country expands its power sector. The guidelines for conducting gender impact assessments of energy infrastructure projects were unveiled in Lusaka and are designed to ensure inclusive and equitable benefits in electricity generation, transmission, and distribution. The Ministry of Energy says the framework will strengthen social safeguards and promote fair access to jobs, leadership opportunities, and community benefits for both women and men. A keynote message from Permanent Secretary for Electricity Engineering Arnold M. Simwamba, delivered by Energy Director Mr. Mafayo Ziba, emphasized the need for addressing different social and economic impacts of energy projects. Meanwhile, Gender Division Permanent Secretary Ms. Mainga Kabika described the guidelines as a milestone in advancing gender equality in national development. The guidelines were developed with support from the UK government through the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office and the Climate Compatible Growth Programme. Independent aspiring candidate Obichomba Musunga has donated waste bins across all wards in Munali constituency to address local waste management challenges. The bins distributed at locations including Kalingalinga Clinic and Big Market are aimed at promoting proper waste disposal and improving hygiene among residents. Mr. Musunga urged communities to protect the bins and called on schools to support the initiative. He emphasized the need for collective action to keep the constituency clean. The donation is expected to enhance environmental health and strengthen community efforts in waste management. More in this report.
My name is Obi Musunga Chomba, a 34-year-old youth leader in Zambia, a resident of Munali constituency. So today is a great milestone for us as a people of Munali constituency, and we are here at Kalingalinga Clinic to ensure that we launch the most awaited for clean campaign that we are launching in Munali constituency. As we go around Munali constituency, in all the communities and compounds, we know that Munali constituency is very dirty, and we are not ashamed to say that, because if we are ashamed, then we will not be providing and finding solutions to the challenges that we have as a people. And so after understanding that our communities are very dirty, right now we have challenges to do with cholera within Munali constituency, a constituency that is in the heart and capital city of Zambia. What we are saying is that as a people, we must be able to provide solutions. And as a resident of Munali constituency, I cannot just be seeing these challenges going around. What we have done as the Munali We Want vision, we brought this initiative to ensure that we inculcate a mindset change to Munali Clean campaign that we have started. As we go on, everyone knows by now that I'm an aspiring member of parliament for Munali constituents. And for us, it's just to ensure that we see...
The house fire has destroyed the property valued at 62,300 kwacha in Milanzi compound, Sinda district. The incident occurred Friday, January 30, around 1 p.m. at the home of 37-year-old Violet Nkua. The house was empty at the time, with the owner at the market and her husband at work, leaving their 8-year-old child at home. Eastern Province Police Commissioner Robertson Mwemba says neighbors alerted the owner after spotting flames. The fire mainly destroyed the bedroom, household items, a solar power system, and 5,300 kwacha in cash. Police, alongside the Sinda District Fire Brigade, responded to the scene. Preliminary investigations suggest the fire may have started due to a malfunction in the solar battery. Most property was destroyed, with only a few items salvaged. Commissioner Mwemba confirms investigations into the incident are ongoing. The Victoria Falls Immigration Office has apprehended 9 Bangladeshi nationals for illegal entry into Zambia, along with 2 Zambian nationals and 1 Zimbabwean national accused of facilitating their movement. The arrests followed intelligence that the suspected immigrants were being transported from Lusaka to Livingstone en route to South Africa through the Victoria Falls Heritage Site. Acting on the tip-off, officers mounted an operation at 2:30 a.m. and intercepted the suspects about 2 kilometers from the Kebi Musokotwane toll gate. The 9 Bangladeshis, aged between 19 and 35, were apprehended alongside 30-year-old Zimbabwean national Martin Sivanda, Zambian national Francis Londoni, 25, who traveled with the group in a Honda Fit registration CAK 5276, was also arrested. Another Zambian, Honest Marebesa, 29, fled the scene in a Toyota CHR, later swapping vehicles with his cousin. Hendrix Namuyamba, 25, who was apprehended at the Kafua immigration checkpoint at 7:30 a.m. Marebesa remains at large. Investigations reveal both Francis Londoni and Honest Marebesa are second-time offenders, having paid fines of 60,000 kwacha and 80,000 kwacha respectively for similar offences in 2025. We'll take a break and see you on the other side with more news. Stay tuned.
Your latest news.
The report was made by Mr. Abu Gujar, a 37-year-old Indian national residing in Olympia.
Top happening stories.
SDG number 6 on water and sanitation.
Community update.
Zambia and the nation at large is still mourning the death of the 60th Republican president.
Business news.
From here, there's going to be a great multiplier effect.
On the sport crossovers.
Of awaiting that the body would come back.
Kaji Mwambelako! And a very good race, and we as a country are very proud of the works that he has done.
Kodi Mwamvelako! Get in touch with our news team on the numbers on your screen. Yes, Kodi Mwamvelako. We are in your face. We are closer to you. Light TV is a footway away from you. Kodi Mwamvelako! Zambia's trusted TV broadcaster.
Thank you for staying with us. In sports, Zambian boxer David Sniper Mwale and Tanzanian Ramadani Milonzi are set to clash for the World Boxing Council WBC bantamweight title after both fighters successfully made weight ahead of their championship bout today at the government complex in Lusaka. Mwale weighed in at 53.30 kilograms, while Milonzi tipped the scale at 51.95 kilograms. The weigh-in was conducted under the supervision of WBC official Peter Ngatane and the Zambian Professional Boxing and Wrestling Control Board. Milonzi expressed confidence ahead of the contest, saying he is ready to claim the WBC title. Meanwhile, Mwale's coach Mike Zulu said the Zambian champion has undergone nearly 6 months of intense preparation. Zambian Professional Boxing and Wrestling Control Board Chairperson Colonel Dr. Wamunyima Chigumbe praised the Oriental Quarries Boxing Promotions and described the bout as the first professional fight of the year. The event will feature 7 bouts, with the main fight crowning a new WBC bantamweight champion. More in this report. In international news, history is being made in global music nearly 30 years after his death, as Nigerian Afrobeat pioneer Fela Anikulapo Kuti becomes the first African to receive a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. The Recording Academy announced that Kuti will be honored posthumously at the 68th Annual Grammy Awards, recognizing his profound impact on global music and culture since the awards' inception in 1963. Born in 1938, Fela pioneered the Afrobeat genre, blending traditional African rhythms with jazz, funk, and soul. He released more than 50 albums before his death in 1997 at the age of 58, and used his music as a platform for social and political commentary. Fela's award places him alongside global music icons set to be honored this year, including Whitney Houston, Carlos Santana, Chaka Khan, and Paul Simon. His family and associates are expected to accept the award on his behalf at a ceremony in Los Angeles, marking a landmark moment for African music on the world stage. That note brings us to the end of the main news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. Catholic bishops call for peace ahead of 2026 elections. Zaka flags rapid depletion of ZESCO prepaid units. Kwacha strong in the January 2026, economist Chisanga. Zambia Boxing Federation meets NOCZ on world affiliation. Thank you for staying tuned. God bless you. Stay inspired and continue watching Light Television. Bye-bye.